Now, when I came to Chicago, a lot of people were saying, "Truth, you got to go talk to some of the members of FBG." So, I got on the phone, I got to working it, I got an opportunity to speak with one of the guys, man, who I believe, I'm not sure if he realized he was like one of the most infamous groups of Chicago. So we got OneTrey with us today. You'll let everybody know exactly where you're from, bro.
It's your boy OneTrey, literally from the Ickies, Chicago, low end.
Now I want to know something, bro. How is it growing up in Chicago? Is it like how everybody make it up to be? Is it grimy like that? Because from the outside looking in, it make it seem like shit. You gotta be in the game.
Let's see. It's like, it's tough, shit. Like when I was growing up, like I say, I'm from the Ickies. So we was like fighting more in the Ickies and shit. So it's like how it is now, like the gun violence, that's the only thing that's really like big right now. Like you gotta I don't necessarily like you gotta be a part of something.
Right.
But it's like if you in that environment, like you got people that's where you know what I'm saying, where you live at, the neighborhoods, and sometimes that shit force you to be a part of something. Like me, shit, like I wasn't never like into it with a lot of people, but the people that I was with, and it forced me to, you know what I'm saying, to be a part of this shit. So.
Right. How did you bump into Duck? How did y'all meet each other?
I met Duck in 2010. I think he was like 16 years old. From a homie, I really met him like from my cousin, through my cousin Uno. He brought me around in Jaro, and he had his man's Reese G. Reese G had like a studio in his crib. You know what I'm saying? It's like in a closet. Had it set up and shit. So
right.
My cousin introduced me to him and shit. So my cousin didn't know how I got him locked up. So he had the studio. So when he introduced me to Reese, I went over there. We was doing music and shit. And then Duck came. I think it was Duck, Dutchy. I don't know if it was Young, but I remember them two. They was coming through the back door. And this, I ain't even know who Duck was. And I was working on a song called Swag On. And
so you was rapping already?
Like I was doing music.
Okay.
I really be doing like, you know what I'm saying? Like this the time I was like into like R&B. You know, I like R&B.
Okay.
I like R&B music and shit. So, but I was making a song called like, it was like a little up-tempo song, Swag On. And I was doing a hook and Reese was on it. And then Duck was like, he was like 16 around this time. So he was like, oh, this shit, bro, we'll put me on this shit. And you know what I'm saying? So this like when we was first starting, like we ain't had a full quality. Like everybody was just starting. Reese was putting it together, but he made it happen. So from there, that's how I met Duck, and we was just locked in from there.
Did you instantly inherit any beefs from being affiliated with him? Is it like that? Because I hear a lot about people doing songs, then they instantly become ops of the person they do songs with. When you linked up with him, did you instantly find yourself inheriting beefs you didn't have?
Yeah, it's more so. I got into the beef, like I say, like yeah, being around him, we doing music, but all the time that was like my intentions, like that wasn't that just happened out the blue, like it just happened, like and then I knew that it was serious. I had got shot at, and I was with one of my oldest sons, so I had got shot at, and from when I got shot at, from that time, then I knew, like you know what I'm saying.
You know what? And one of the first songs I ever heard of Chief Keef, to be honest with you, it was a song by the name of 300. He said a line in there like F the Tooka gang, something like that in the line. Is it a reason they single him out? Was he like this hitman or something like that? Is it a reason that the ops or the enemies are like that side? Is it a reason why they singled that young man out of everybody?
I don't know. Honestly, I ain't never met Tooka,
Right.
so I really don't know too much about him. It's just back then that's what they was doing shit, with the music,
Right.
but it didn't really. This thing really started from Chief Keef. Like Chief Keef was like somebody that just started rapping. It was more so like E-Day.
Yeah.
That's where it started, and then it went from there. So then, Chief Keef came out. He was dissing. He just so happened to blew up off of it. So it's like once he got bigger and the dough and all that, so it became a real problem because now they playing this on the radio. They playing it in the clubs. You can't even really go to a party. DJ put that shit on, so
Right.
So that's where the problem really was coming from. Like this shit was going mainstream.
From the area, you being affiliated with those guys, we hear a lot about like Tooka, we hear a lot about KI, we hear names like Brick and all other names. Is it a reason from your standpoint, why is the world so intrigued with these guys? Why the world is so intrigued with that neighborhood?
Cause the neighborhood, it really all it just got something to do with music. Like the music, music is a big influence on people. So and then these people's, music, they doing this shit for real. So it's like people outside looking in, they want to know, like they want to know what's going on. Like then you got these famous people that keep mentioning people in their songs, and people want to know, like, man, what's going on? So there's just that one little neighborhood, that one side through 600 all the way up to St. Lawrence, O'Block, like, so then before I was going to school, they went to school, So it's more like to it than music though. You know what I'm saying? Like people living the life for real. Right. But it's just like the music is just like the music helped a lot of people too though. It's like
you know what, when to be honest with you, when Big Clout ended up passing away, it was a lot of internet videos, a lot of shit going viral on the internet, a lot of people posting and shit on the internet about something called a backdoor. I was seeing videos being made up, seeing his homeboys kind of set him up and all kind of shit like that. How did you guys feel about that kind of shit when it happened?
Me personally,